Hi, I'm artist Lola Kate, and this is my poetry book, EgoDose. So let's talk about the 8 billion people and the planet that we live on. Let's zoom out a little bit, and this is my poem titled The Collective. Let's think of the world for a moment as a collection of zillions of things. This collection of things is astounding. Astonishing art from around the world, breathtaking books noting the boundless intricacies of being. Cultures celebrate coexistence, connected by the central currency of life. This collection is amazing, beautiful, and colorful, certainly, but it is also damaged. Driven to dysfunction by thoughts of differences and doubt, directly defying the depth and dynamic in which the collection was designed, devoid of the divine. Exactly when did the exchange of egos engulf equality and erase the enjoyment of the shared human experience? Friction formed by formidable historic figures, perhaps familiar famous fathers, did not fathom that the collection finds itself fragile. Grant grace generously. The collection was gathered for greatness. Hazardous half-hearts hiss, habitually perpetuating hatred and hopelessness. However, hear the harmonious hum of humans that love wholeheartedly. Instead of instilling minds with immoral ideals, ignite the influence of impassioned individuals, fostering immersion and intellect. This collection thrives on imagination, not institutionalized indoctrination. Just find joy in the journey. Kindness is key. Look and respect Mother Nature. She holds the collection with care. Object the perpetuated reality and seize the unique value of the world. Exist youthfully and yearn for the zenith when the collection becomes the collective. Heterotopia. What is the best angle to view a street? To perceive the pavement or the people? Bring yourself and your cigarettes. Life happens here. The ground doesn't glitter, but the use is gold. The pavement serves as a reminder of the seemingly thousands who walk by, getting from one destination to the next. And as you stand there on the gray slab reflecting the sky, you take up space. These streets are busy now, but hours later they can be barren. The empty street corner lit by a lonely lamppost, lively until dead. The emptiness echoes the places where you used to drink, young, drunk, and stumbling in the street, but these ringing reverberations are just imitations. The memories to make here haven't been made. But how can this ground hold all of our weight? The sidewalk doesn't sink, not from a carry-on suitcase on the way to or from an adventure, the discarded cigarette butts, or the trash waiting to be picked up. Despite the added weight of the almost constructed building down the street or the couch being moved in across the way, it doesn't drop into the ground below. Maybe it's because the street does not hold the weight of conversations carried away in a breeze, only to be remembered by those involved and the occasional eavesdropper. It isn't holding the weight of the heart's heavier light, of the stress on the way to work, or the guilt of not having change for the man on the corner. This weight weighs on the people, not on the unfailing, unsunken sidewalk. The street is just a general geographical gathering. Look at the people ahead. You may never know their names, but your eyes have met. The pavement holds proof of the sonder, the millions of lives happening simultaneously, but only to have passed each other for a brief moment. Weathered by the years of caught rubber, the shoes probably tossed and replaced before the sidewalk's cracks patched. There seems to be a kindred pace between mind and feet, the dizzying beat of souls meeting concrete, but if everyone were light on their feet, who would the pavement cracks greet? And this is the piece that I chose to accompany my poem Sanctuary. Her bed a realm unruly. There weren't that many visitors, she said, truly. Her bed a silk-sheeted shrine, It's where hearts and bodies align in the divine. Her bed, a place where passions conspire. Ever heard of a thing called desire? Dreams and nightmares reflect hopes and fears. They say wait till you're married, give or take a few years. Behind closed doors, things get intense. A sock on the handle means do not disturb. Common sense. Look at you now reading a femme fatale construction, possibly imagining this framed seduction. Through these words, you are a fly on her wall, a blind peeping Tom, cat got your cat call? And before you deem this poem unnecessary, the thing is her bed is her sanctuary, a Tempur-Pedic divinity where she owns her femininity. So answer this question candidly, whatever answer comes naturally. Were you spying or were you objectifying? Now this next poem is inspired by Persephone and Demeter and their story. It is a letter to her mom, Demeter. Mom, I miss the tickle in my nose from pollen in the air, taken from my field into the depths of this despair, forced unaware into a damned love affair. Netherworld, never spring, somehow became queen to purgatory's very own king. I miss dancing with the long grains, up above, devoid of Hades' chains. Down here, we just have asphodel plains. I've tried to wash the black tar handprints stained on my skin, but he traded my bed of flowers for the deathbed I find myself laying in. Sinful seeds within the pomegranate rind, a lethal gift designed to confine the silent torture of a mastermind. I thought he fried my nerves numb, hijacked my strength to overcome. But Mom, I have a rule of thumb, to the demons don't succumb. So for now, I will live amongst the dead, wishing I were with you in a field of blooming flowers instead. Love, your Persephone. This is my last poem of EgoDose, and it is called I'm Not Sorry. I have a pretty pink piggy bank full of I'm sorries, a sort of trust fund inherited. A pretty pink piggy stuffed to the piggy's rim, a porcelain collection of personal apologies, an I'm sorry stipend. But a pretty painstaking part of this pretty pink piggy is that I didn't even have to fill it my pretty self. My pretty pink piggy bank collected I'm sorries from all of the pretty apologetic pretty ladies before me. I was born into this generational grant, a pretty piggy-sized vault of unpretty projections of I'm sorry suppressions. Pretty funny I didn't save my piggy bank for a rainy day. I didn't see the tap cracks in my pretty porcelain. The shell of my pretty pink piggy slowly let the sorries spill. A ziggy leak in my pretty pink piggy running empty. No spare change of sorries, sorry. It's a result of sorry spent stupidly. I'm sorry, sir, but I'm sorry that's my. I'm sorry, excuse my. I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure my pretty self was speaking. I'm pretty sure I'm running low, so let me use my sorry sparingly. I'm sorry to the people who apologize for being their authentic selves, and I'm sorry for the close-minded. I'm not sorry for shattering the systemic succession of scattered sorries, because if I had $1 in my pretty pink piggy for the amount of unnecessary sorries I've given versus the ones I've deserved and not gotten, I'd break even. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Yay! That's a wrap. Mic drop.